And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are at Danville High School. Danville High School this afternoon for basketball and girls basketball. We welcome you to today's education based IHSAA varsity girls basketball game. Tonight, radio coverage is made possible through audiosportsonline.net. That's ASO. That's Rob Kendall. Rob Kendall from the Kendall and Casey Show. That's weekday mornings, 9 to noon on 93.1 FM. Or you can go to WIBC.com. Today's game, as mentioned, going to feature the Hamilton Heights Huskies lady basketball. Supposed to be played first game of the season. Didn't get to happen. It was going to be the first game for the Lady Huskies. But they're going to play this game today on the 22nd of November. The captains are meeting at midcourt, talking with the officials. And we'll mention a little bit about each school. First, for the visiting team at Hamilton Heights Lady Huskies. They have a school enrollment of 687. Their school was founded, it was actually conglomerated in 1965. They are a Class 3A, Sectional 24, sixth in their sectional. In their sectional, Delta, in no particular order. Delta, Lady Eagles, they are 5 wins, no losses on this early season. Hamilton Heights, the Lady Huskies, they're 3-2. Yorktown, Lady Tigers, they're 2-2. Newcastle, the Lady Trojans, are now 3-2 with the win last night. Connorsville, 3-2. And Jay County, they're 1-2. They fell last night in the ballgame. We'll mention the principal at Hamilton Heights High School is Miss Whitney Gray. The assistant principal is Mitch Street. The dean of students is Lori Hippensteel. The athletic director is Kurt Ogden. The athletic assistant is Leanne Moffett. And the athletic trainer is Dr. Jan Clifton. We'll also mention Hamilton Heights High School is located at 25802 State Road 19. That's Arcadia, Indiana, 46030. You can dial them by telephone at 317/athletics. They wear the colors orange, white, and brown. They perform in the Hoosier Athletic Conference. There are 9 teams in the Hoosier Conference. They have an East Division and the West Division. And no particular order, we'll mention the Tifton Lady Devils. They are 1-1 in the Hoosier Conference East Division. They are 2-3 overall. We'll mention Western Panthers. They're 1-0 in the conference. They're 4-1 presently. Hamilton Heights have not played a conference game in the East Division. They are 3-2. Logansport Berries, they're 0-1 in the East Division, and they are 0-3 overall. Now for the West Division of the Hoosier Conference. Benton Central Bison, they've not played a conference game. I will mention the West Division have not played a conference game as of win-1. They got a win last night. And I will also mention Central Catholic. They are 2-3. Twin Lakes Lady Indians got a win last night. They might have got a couple, and since these notes were tabulated, Twin Lakes Lady Indians are currently 2-4. West Lafayette, the Red Devils, I should mention Twin Lakes, they're 2-4 now. In the last 2 outings, they did not win. We'll mention West Lafayette. They're 0-0 in the conference. They are 1-4 overall. Hamilton Heights Lady Huskies, they're currently 3-2, averaging, this is an average, in 5 games, they average 63.4 points per game. They give up an average of 58 points. Their head coach is Coach Erin Trimpe. In her second season at Hamilton Heights, 8 wins, 19 losses. She's working in year number 6. Year number 6, she is currently 57-61. The next game for the Lady Huskies is going to happen next Saturday. They'll have a week off. Sure, they'll practice. Saturday, November 29th. Pretty special day for Rodney Cummings. 1 o'clock and 2:30. And we'll mention their opponent will be the Huntington North Lady Vikings. I show that game that's happening at Hamilton Heights Lady Huskies. That'll be next Saturday, the 29th. Now we'll talk a little bit about the Danville Lady Warrior. Danville High School, they have a school enrollment of 820. Their school was established in 1963. They are in Class 3A. They are in Sectional 25. 7 in their sectional. Their sectional will take place at Lebanon High School. I failed to mention Hamilton Heights sectional will be at Yorktown High School. And I will also mention Danville Warriors. Their sectional makeup right here, we'll mention them in no particular order. Heron Catholic, Lady Golden Eagles, they're 3-0. Rebuff Jesuit, the Lady Braves are 1-4. Tri West, the Lady Bruins are 2-2. Danville, the Lady Warriors are 2-3. Frankfort, the Lady Hot Dogs are 0-4. Crawfordsville High School, right there, they are 1-4 on the season. Lebanon Tigers are 1-3. We'll mention the principal at Danville High School is P.J. Hamann. That's Hamann. The athletic director is Amy Harvey. She does a tremendous job here at Danville High School. So at the middle school is Kyle Yoder. And we'll mention Danville High School is located at 100 Warren 453924. On their website, it's danvillewarriors.com. They wear the color scheme of crimson and gray. They perform in the Sagamore Conference. There are 4 teams in the Sagamore Conference, and they are like this presently. McCutcheon Lady Mavericks, they are 1-0 in the conference. They're 5-1 overall. Harrison Lady Raiders have not played a conference game as of yet. They are 1-3. Danville Lady Warriors, they're looking for their first conference game just around the corner. They are 2-3 on the season. Lebanon Lady Tigers, they are 0-1. Presently in the Sagamore Conference, they are 1-3 overall. Danville Lady Warriors, as you know, they are 2-3 on the season. Offensively, I'll mention they average 47.8 points. We'll mention the coach. The coach of the Danville Lady Warriors is Ella Collier. She is currently 2 wins, 3 losses, working in year number 1 at Danville High School. Next game on their agenda going to happen Tuesday evening, just around the corner. It'll be the November 25th, 6 o'clock and at 7:30 for the varsity. Danville Lady Warriors will be at the Harrison Lady Raiders. That'll be in West Lafayette, and that will be a conference game. Clock rolling down, under a minute 20 seconds left here before the festivities start, and basketball here on a Saturday afternoon at 3:30. Estimated start time, but it's going to start a little bit early. It's going to start near at 2:50, somewhere in that neighborhood, 2:52. And so both teams working out on the surface. And we'll mention this game is in part being brought to you by Scott G. The Scott Gashaw. When time is good, when you share, you should share and share alike. Support Indiana Middle School and High School athletics. So they're getting ready for the national anthem. I can see the Lady Warriors are out extended on the foul stripe. And the Lady Huskies are going to exit their huddle, and they'll join just the same. And we'll also mention today's ball game being brought to you by Erica's Place. Erica's Place, you'll really enjoy your dining experience at Erica's Place. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And we'll finish this in a second. We're going to stand for our national anthem as the public address greet the crowd. And Hamilton High is going to stand horizontally on the court, in their front court, or should say in their front court for the second half. So we're going to have a good vantage point here in the gym. We're up in the upper balcony. We're behind the scorer's bench. We ought to have good vision. We appreciate it. We'll set this down. It's our national anthem, I believe. And or Noblesville, 654 Logan Street. You can dine in or carry out. They have excellent breakfast menu, great sandwiches served all day, and we'll mention they have salads and a nice dinner menu. They're mentioning the starting lineups right now. We'll mention Erica's Place, Noblesville. So Hamilton Heights sending out their starters, and we didn't get here quite early enough with the two-quarter game of the JV. And Hamilton Heights going to have a different starter in the lineup for Cameron Rote. Cameron Roten, if you did not know, she's a tremendous softball player. Her dad has her down in Florida. They're playing in Florida, playing softball this day on a Saturday. And as you know, she had a tremendous shooting outing the last ball game. So we're going to mention the starting lineups for the Danville Lady Warriors. They divulged the lights, the Warriors, and the Hamilton Heights Lady Huskies. So what you think? Well, probably not going to hear the public address, but I say, well, he's got a good voice. Basketball, this gymnasium, spectacular. They're doing some augmentation, we'll call it that, of their school, just like Hamilton Heights, but I will mention Danville High School adding on to their school. The football field is tremendous. They have good football here in athletics. Football fields are not made to be painted in an inappropriate way. He's a senior. Suarez, a freshman. Toss is a little low. The tall girl's going to go to the backcourt, picked up by Danville. Lady Warriors on the dribble. That's 33. Working around there. Jillian Conrad out top near the center circle. They're working left side. No root throwing around the perimeter. They're working in. They're working outside. Working a basketball here on a Saturday night outside the arc. Hamilton Heights playing defense on a 3-2 zone. They're working outside the arc in a dribble. Inside the 2-point area, they work outside the paint. 2-point shot, good. Credit the bucket, Danville Warrior. That's Ava Walls. Where's number 15? It's a 2-0 contest. 7:22 on the game clock. Working the ball in the front court, Hamilton Heights. Bailey Eisel. So working left side. Suarez, they're working back out top. Curry. Now back behind the arc and dribble left side, just inside the paint. She'll back pedal dribble. It's Bailey. Bailey. Working there, Eisel. So working in the lane, 2-ball game. I should say 2-2 ball game here in the early going. 6:58 on the game clock and be brought in right at the bucket on the baseline. Hamilton Heights going to provide pressure in the backcourt. They're going to work it back and forth. They're going to cross the timeline. They're going to be tipped out of bounds. They're stolen. Before it went out of bounds, Addison Bloom, she feeds Suarez. Suarez tries to lay up right side the bucket. Couldn't get it. Back the other direction. Danville Lady Warriors. Looking for a cutter right there. That was 23. Allie Gunter. We'll mention she's a 5'8 senior. Ball going to be brought in backcourt, Hamilton Heights. We're bringing it up to the timeline somewhat slowly on a trot pace. That's Bailey Eisel. She'll bounce pass right side behind the arc. That's Curry. Zoe Curry, they're working down in just outside the paint. 2-point shot would go. Shot taken by Riley Suarez. Rebound Danville to the front court. Out top near the center circle, Millie Wethington. Millie Wethington, we'll mention, she's a sophomore. She's 5'6". And as mentioned, a sophomore. I think she has a sister on the team. Going to feed the paint right in there. They're going to be a traveling violation. Couldn't get the ball down quite in time. It's going to go back to the Lady Huskies. So Bailey Eisel going to let Suarez dribble it across the timeline. But then tipped away, stolen. Steal right there by the Lady Warriors. Credit the bucket, 33 was Jillian Conrad for 2. It's a 4-2 contest. Lady Warriors in front. Going to dribble a lane. Left-handed floater. Got it. And she'll shoot one. That was Bailey Eisel. Found a path in the middle of the lane. She'll shoot one. The foul's going to be whistled. First foul of the ball game going to be called on the Danville Lady Warriors. Wethington. She has one. 3-point play opportunity is good for Bailey Eisel. They'll bring it in from the backcourt. Hamilton Heights going to apply pressure. They'll pass it to the front court. On the dribble, Allie Gunter. She'll work a cross-court pass, and we'll build a corner with it. She'll go baseline. Going to be a foul whistle. There's going to be a blocking foul. Reese Blanton, as she tries to help the girl up. Everything's good. Going to be a foul on Blanton. She has one. Ball's going to be brought in right the bucket on the baseline by the Lady Warriors. She'll toss it in. 2-point shot inside the arc, credit the bucket. Again, Jillian Conrad. Conrad has 4 in the ball game. We don't have the opportunity to see it score up on the wall here, like every school, but or other schools. But we'll do the best we can. We're not keeping stat. Going to work it back around. Bounce pass out top, tipped away. Going to be tipped by nope. They're going to say it was last tipped by Riley Suarez. It's going to be an over and back call. So it'll be a timeout on the surface. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. And at 5:17 left here in the quarter, 6-5 contest. Home team, the Lady Warriors in front. We'll talk about games going to happen. Games did happen. We'll let you know that last week, actually during the week, on the 18th, that was Thursday, Hamilton Heights. They got a win. They got that win. Indianapolis Bishop Chittard was at Hamilton Heights. It was an 80-67 contest. We'll let you know that last night, Friday night, November 21st, in the Hoosier Conference, Lady Huskies were not in action. We'll mention those scores here in just a moment. Ball's going to be brought in the front court. Slightly to the backcourt, dribbling across the timeline, Millie Wethington. She'll work it left side. That's back to Allie Gunter. Working it around the perimeter. Now ball in the hands of Ellie Waits. Back out top, it's Allie Hunter. And ball's going to be thrown out of bounds. And it's going to belong to Hamilton Heights from the backcourt. Substitution for the Danville Lady Warriors. Going to check in the ball game. That's number 2, Abby Creviston. Abby Creviston going to check in. She's 5'6", a sophomore. And ball's in the front court. Lady Huskies outside the arc. 3-point shot in the air. Good. That's number 44, Zoe Curry. Zoe Curry shooting above 73% from 3-point land. She's now 9 for 12 in the front court with the basketball. On the dribble, going to pass it out top. Working a baseline, she'll cross over just outside the paint. Shot in the air, going to be a jump ball. Went up for the shot. Lady Husky going to tie her up on the jump ball. It's going to belong to the Lady Huskies on the alternate possession arrow as the Danville Lady Warriors picked up the opening tip-off. Going to bring it to the front court at a trot pace. That's Bailey Eisel. Working out top. Going to feed in the middle. Zoe Curry cuts to the lane. Right-handed layup off the glass. 2-point bucket for Curry. 10-6 ball game. We'll mention Danville Lady Warriors going to pass it to the front court on the dribble. Abby Creviston. 2-point shot off the mark. Just inside the 3-point land. Wouldn't go. Rebound. Danville will have a second opportunity at the basket. A 2-point shot earlier missed by Ava Walls. Ava Walls jumped center for the Danville Lady Warriors. They're going to slow it up in the front court. Going to work it out top of the circle. That's 33, Jillian Conrad. Conrad going to bounce it behind the arc. Again, that's Abby Creviston. And out top, taking a little bit deliberate approach here. Going to pass it out behind the arc. Going to work it in the paint. 2-point shot on the way. Rimmed off. Wouldn't go. Rebound, or should be the shot taken by Jillian Conrad. Back the other direction. Riley Suarez shot from the baseline. About a 12-footer. Wouldn't go. Rebound out of there. Lady Warriors to the front court. Will be stepped in the passing lane. Picked up there by Addison Bloom. She'll take a shot off the glass. Couldn't get it. Rebound putback is good by Riley Suarez. 3:10 clock moving. We'll work it across the timeline right there with a pass. And then we'll work it back and forth. And the pass in the front court will be too tall for 33, Jillian Conrad. The ball goes out of bounds. It's going to belong to Hamilton Heights. They'll bring it in front of their scorer's bench. And they're going to substitution for the Danville Lady Warriors. It's going to be number 11, Olivia Kernery. Hamilton Heights drives the lane off the glass. 2-point bucket, Bailey Eisel. 14-6 contest. Ball's loose in the front court. Going to be picked up in the front court right there by Danville. Going to feed a cutter. Shot off the glass, underhanded scoop shot wouldn't go, but Danville got the rebound. 2-point shot, going to be a 3-point shot. Good by Danville Lady Warriors. 33, Jillian Conrad. Ball's in the front court. It's 14-9. Hamilton Heights by 5. Working the ball outside the arc. They'll pass it inside. Tipped away, stolen by the Danville Lady Warriors. Crossing the timeline, that's number 2, Abby Creviston. Back pedal dribble out top of the circle. 3-point shot, good. Again, it's Jillian Conrad from straight out top. 3-point land. 2:06 left. First quarter, 14-12. Lady Huskies by 2. Going to dribble it right side. There will be a reach-in foul. That was Riley Suarez moving right side. Going to call it a blocking foul. They're going to whistle this foul on Lady Warrior, number 33, Jillian Conrad. She has 1. Lady Huskies going to check in with number 4, Stella Taylor. She'll bring the ball in from out of bounds. Slightly through the backcourt, Bailey Eichel on the approach. 1:55 on the game clock. First quarter. We're at Danville High School. Tall pass can be off the fingertips and out of bounds. Last touch by Riley Suarez. It's going to belong to Danville. Danville going to bring it in right left of the bucket on the baseline. They're going to pass it back and forth, try to beat the press with the pass. And she'll cross the timeline and pass to the front court. Creviston. Ball's loose. Left corner baseline. 3-point shot in the air. Short off the mark this time. Rebound Danville. Got the bucket. And she'll shoot 1. Getting the rebound right there for Danville. She got the bucket. And she'll shoot 1. At the moment, it's 14-14. In the ball game for the Lady Huskies is 14, Abby Hillfiker. Taking a breather is Riley Suarez. That foul whistled on number 3, Addison Bloom. She has 1. Shot off the mark, rimmed around, wouldn't go. 14-14 contest, 1:32 left here in the ball game. On the dribble, crossover. They're working out top. Addison Bloom. Addison Bloom going to move it right side. 1:22 on the game clock. She'll bounce it in outside the paint. Turnaround jumper, good. Zoe Curry for 2. 16-14, Hamilton Heights by 2. They work the ball in the front court. Back pedal dribble, Olivia Turnery picks up her dribble, works it right side. It's Abby Creviston. Back out top to Turning, and they'll work it left side to bring ball back around out top of the circle. Back to the hands of 22, Ellie Waits. 54 seconds left here in the first quarter. They'll dribble it right side. She'll bring it back out to reset the offense straight away with Jillian Conrad. Out top on the dribble, that's 22, Ellie Waits. They'll work it out behind the arc. That's Abby Creviston. They'll bounce it right side. 36 seconds here in the first quarter. And it's going to belong to the Lady left. Crossing the timeline. That's Bailey Eichel calling out a play right side of the floor. She'll work it out and center it up. She'll work it right side, Addison Bloom. 20 seconds left. Bloom going to dribble in. Thought about a shot baseline, cut off right there. They'll work the ball back out. Stella Taylor trying to toss it inside to Abby Hillfiker. It's tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Danville. 12.5 seconds left. 16-14. Lady Huskies with the ball in the lead. Right of the bucket on the baseline. They'll toss it in the paint. 2-point shot wouldn't go for Abby Hillfiker. And there'll be a foul whistled in the backcourt during the rebound. And it's going to belong to Danville. The foul's going to be whistled on Lady Husky number 10, Bailey Eisel. So the ball's going to be brought in right of the bucket on the baseline. 8.1 seconds left. 84 feet away. Going to be tossed in. That's number 11, Olivia Kernery. In the front court, behind the arc out top to work the ball around perimeter. 1 second, got to get a shot off. Couldn't get the shot off. Defensively there was Stella Taylor for the Lady Huskies. And that'll complete 1 quarter of play. At the end of 1 quarter, Hamilton Heights Lady Huskies 16, Danville Lady Warriors 14. And we'll go ahead and finish up here. We'll try to finish up here. We'll mention Tuesday night, 4 games, Sagamore Conference. At Mooresville, it was Mooresville Lady Pioneers, 54. Danville Lady Warriors, 51. At Lebanon High School, it was the Western Lady Panthers, 60. This is part of the Lafayette tournament. Lebanon Tigers, 57. That was a good one. At Harrison High School, it was the Harrison Lady Raiders, 53. Twin Lake Lady Indians, 37. And at McCutcheon High School, it was McCutcheon Lady Mavericks, 64. Rensselaer Central Lady Bombers, 48. So we'll try to get these other scores in here in just a bit. And we'll mention you can dine in. This game be brought to you by Los Portales. That's a Mexican restaurant. You can join them. Elegant Dining. They're in Tipton right there. And they have multiple televisions. They have exquisite Mexican menu. They dine in, carry out. You can do just the same there in Arcadia, Indiana. You can find them at Cinco de Mayo on Main Street. They have multiple televisions. You can dine in. They have exquisite interior dining. Ball brought in, alternate possession arrow. Ball belongs to the Danville Lady Warriors. Out top, stationary, Jillian Conrad. Working the ball out top now is 22, Ellie Waits. Out again is Conrad, being guarded loosely top of the circle by Riley Suarez. They'll move the basketball around, pick up the basketball out top. Death pass going to be intercepted on the step in by Bailey Eisel, and she'll get the bucket. Left-handed layup for the left-handed player. 7:28 on the game clock. Ball's in the front court. On the dribble, going to be tipped away. Going to be picked up there by Hamilton Heights. Again, it's Bailey Eisel, left-handed layup for 2. It's a 2014 contest. Ball's going to be thrown away in the front court. Hamilton Heights providing defense in the backcourt. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Lady Huskies. Might be a timeout call. There is going to be a timeout called. 30-second timeout called by Danville. And we'll also mention last night, Friday night, November 21st, in the Hoosier Conference, 7:30 ball game. It was Western Lady Panthers 59, Tipton Lady Devils 38. West Lafayette Red Devil 61, Twin Lakes Lady Indians a decisive win. Central Catholic Lady Knights decisive win. I should mention Rensselaer Central Lady Bombers got the decisive win over Central Catholic. And it was Benton Central Bison 52, Harrison Lady Raiders 43. Ball's going to be brought in the front court. Hamilton Heights can be tossed in by Stella Taylor. Out behind the arc, Addison Bloom. She'll toss it into paint. 2-point shot good in the paint. Reverse layup, Riley Suarez. 7:05 left here in the quarter. Second quarter, it's a 22-14 contest. Bounce pass in the front court, trying to beat the press. Going to be caught on the bounce pass by Bailey Eisel. She'll go off the glass again, left-handed layup. We're going to get the ball across the court right there. It's Olivia Turnery. Hamilton Heights applying a bit more pressure in the backcourt. Ball goes out of bounds. It's last touched by the Lady Huskies. In the ball game for Danville Lady Warriors is number 4, Millie Webbington, back in the ball game. And now they're going to work the ball front court. And free throw line and work it to the corner. She'll dribble in, trying to find the posting up, right there by Danville. Ball's intercepted by Hamilton Heights. Going to the front court on the dribble is number 4, Stella Taylor. Outside the arc, 3-point shot wouldn't go. Shot taken there by Suarez. Fighting for the rebound. Ball nearly went out of bounds. It was tipped last touched by Hamilton Heights. Take that back by Danville. They're going to give the ball to the Lady Huskies. Crossed in, Stella Taylor. Stella Taylor going to cross it slightly to the backcourt. Bailey Eisel crossing the timeline. She'll work it right side, crossover. She'll work it back. Addison Bloom behind the arc on a skip pass. Back out top, 3-point shot in the air. Good. Credit the bucket, Addison Bloom from 3-point land. 6:08 on the game clock. Danville Lady Warriors picking up the dribble, looking to get across the timeline. They will with the pass. They'll go back to number 4. That's Millie Webbington. Excuse me. And Webbington picks up a 3-point shot. Left of center. I should say right of center. Left elbow extended. The 27-17 contest. The Huskies pass the ball in. to Suarez. Turnaround jumper rolls around, falls in. 29-17. Going to pass to the front court. On the dribble, that was 20. Number 2, Abby Crevinston. Going to work it back out top. Near the center circle, Millie Weathington. Back behind the arc once again, moving around the perimeter. Calling out some defense, they'll pass it in. Shot in the paint, rims off long. Shot taken there by Danville Lady Warrior. Jillian Conrad, she wears 33. Hamilton Heights in the front court, going to be a tall pass over the outstretched hand of Curry. And that Pala Taylor. 5:13 on the game clock. Danville Lady Warrior going to bring it to the timeline. They'll work it. She'll shoot 2. Going to the hoop is going to the foul line. Should mention Lady Warriors. 23, Allie Gunter. And the ball's going to be, she'll shoot 2. The foul's whistled on Zoe Curry. She has 1. First shot is good. At 23, Allie Gunter. Allie Gunter on the season now 18 for 29. Started this game at 61%. She gets both of them. 5:01 on the game clock. To the front court. Hamilton Heights, Bailey Eisel. On the dribble, Stella Taylor. She'll bounce it back to Eisel, now behind the arc. Working right side. She's going to try to go baseline. She'll bring the ball back out to Zoe Curry. Back to Eisel. Eisel well behind the arc, being guarded there by Millie Weathington. She'll pass it to the corner. 3-point shot, long off the mark. Shot taken by Riley Suarez. Ball's tipped out of bounds. It's going to be the last touched by the Danville Lady Warriors. 4:38 on the game clock. Second quarter, 29-19. Lady Huskies in front. Going to toss it in behind the arc, Addison Bloom. Back out top, Bailey Eisel. Behind the arc, she'll bounce, pass it in to Suarez. Suarez couldn't handle it. Pass a little bit out front, picked up by Danville. They'll go back the other direction. Try to go off the glass. Going to be tipped and out of bounds. Kind of lost the handle there. That was 23, Allie Gunter. Allie Gunter, a 5'8" senior. 4:24 on the game clock. Ball brought in. Hamilton Heights going to trot to the timeline. On the dribble, Bailey Eisel. They'll work it right side. Suarez, she'll dribble into paint. She'll go off the glass a little bit too strong. Rebound out of there. Danville Lady Warriors. That's Gunter. She'll pass. Hamilton Heights going to throw the ball away in the front court. And on the dribble, going to work it left side behind the arc. 3-point shot in the air, rimmed off, would go. Shot taken there by Jillian Conrad. Rebound, Danville, Lady Warriors. Couldn't get the bucket. That was 4. Millie Weathington back the other direction. On the dribble, to work it behind the arc, Addie Bloom, and Addison Bloom. Shot wouldn't go. Rebound, Danville. Lady Warriors in the front court. 3:28 on the game clock. 29-19. Free throw line. Jump shot. Rims around. Falls in. Credit the bucket. Danville Lady Warrior. Number 33, Jillian Conrad. The 29-21 ball game. Second quarter. Hamilton Heights in the front court with the lead. So we're going to be Zoe Curry. She'll pass it back out. Suarez. They'll work it back out to Bailey Eisel. Straight away, Addison Bloom. Her own board. Rebound, put back. And she'll dish off. Credit the bucket. That was Bailey Eisel, left side of the bucket. 31-21 in the front court on the dribble. Outside the arc, 3-point shot. Good. Left elbow extended. Jillian Conrad. She nails a 3. And it's a 7-point game. 31-24, Hamilton Heights by 7. And we'll go ahead and mention some more. We'll mention last night in the Sagamore Conference, there were 3 games. It was Tri-West and Danville. Danville got the win. That's the Danville Lady Warriors. Defeated Tri-West Lady Bruins 46-35. Benton Central last night, 52. Harrison Lady Raiders 43. That was at Harrison in the Lafayette tournament. And then last night, McCutcheon Lady Mavericks 66. Lafayette Jeff Lady Broncos 63. Games happening today. 5 games in the Hoosier Conference. 3:30, Hamilton Heights Lady Huskies, Danville Lady Warriors. 7:30 tonight, Wabash Lady Apaches, Logansport Lady Berries. And they're asking the girls to come out play basketball. At 1 o'clock, it happened today. It was Twin Lakes Lady Indians, Central Catholic Lady Knights. 3 o'clock, it's West Lafayette. Lady Red Devils, Central Rensselaer Central Lady Bombers. 7 o'clock tonight. It's Benton City Maverick. They're going to play for first place in the Lafayette tournament. Ball brought in. Backcourt, crossing the timeline in a dribble pace. Number 10, Bailey Isel. Works at left side. Zoe Curry back to Bailey Isel, and she'll dribble back around, pass it out Stella Taylor. Stella Taylor working against her is number 2, Abby Creviston. She'll dish it back behind the arc. 3-point shot good for Riley Suarez. Is number 4. The corner, Abby Creviston. Now back out top to Conrad. That's Jillian Conrad. Got from the corner. Would go. It was deflected, blocked shot by Suarez. Taking a shot there was Abby Creviston. She gives up about 7 inches of height. So that was from the free throw line. Jillian Conrad, a foul whistle on Hamilton Heights, the Lady Huskies. Going to be one faster me. The foul is going to be committed by number 33, Jillian Conrad. She has one. Hamilton Heights, double check the foul situation. First shot would not go at the foul line. Jillian Conrad. She's 5'10", sophomore, averaging 11.8 points per game. Jillian Conrad, she's shooting 78% from the free throw line. Couldn't get either of those. She's now 7 for 11. Crossing the timeline on the dribble, Stella Carter. Working right there. Stella Taylor, I should say. Working back to Addison Bloom in the front court, picks up the dribble, works it down low. Ball just out in front of the hand. Couldn't grab it. That was Zoe Curry. The ball goes out of bounds. Belongs to the Danville Lady Warriors. We tossed in. She's going to dribble it to the timeline. That's number 4, Millie Webbington. Millie Webbington, she's a 5'6" sophomore. In the front court with the basketball. Working around right there. That's Allie Gunter. Back out top. Moving the basketball, Jillian Conrad. She'll take a 3-point shot. Good. Left of center. 3-point shot for Conrad. It's a 30 pass it back out. Good grab there. It was Reese Blanton back in the game after the timeout. Back pedal dribble for Hamilton Heights. Crossover. Working the basketball there is Riley Suarez. Good defense. And Addison Bloom going to slide the foot there behind the 3-point arc. And should be called for a traveling violation. 34.4 left here in the quarter. Ball brought in, backcourt, and dribble it to the timeline. That's number 4, Millie Webbington. Working the left side, going to dribble in. They go outside the arc. 3-point shot in the air, rims off, wouldn't go. Shot taken by Abby Creviston. Rebound fought for, it's tipped away and picked up by Hamilton Heights. Lady Huskies in the front court, and Riley Suarez is not going to get the ball on the floor quick enough to earn that step. She'll be called for the traveling violation. 17.2 left. 34-27. They're working in the front court. On the dribble, that's 23, Allie Gunter. Outside, moving the ball around the perimeter. Left-handed floater, 3-point shot, wouldn't go. Shot taken there by Abby Creviston. Rebound fought for. It's going to be a jump ball tie-up. And they're going to call this jump ball Hamilton Heights possession on the alternate possession arrow. So it's going to be brought in backcourt. Reese Blanton. Pressure in the backcourt by Danville, and that's going to complete the quarter. So that's going to bring us to a halftime. At halftime score, Hamilton Heights Lady Huskies 34. And tonight, he makes a lot of games. He's taking video, and he puts that on Facebook and maybe other avenues. I'm not quite sure. But he works feverishly at what he's doing. And we'll also mention happening today in the Sagamore Conference. As you know, a 3:30 start. It started a little bit early. And we'll mention Hamilton Heights Lady Huskies are here with the Danville Lady Warriors. And 1:30 start, it was this afternoon. Lebanon Lady Tigers are at the Martinsville Lady Artesians. 5 o'clock start tonight in the Lafayette tournament. It's going to be played at Harrison High School. And we'll mention a little bit about bringing this game to you tonight, I should say this afternoon, is Ranger Roofing. Ranger Roofing and Exteriors. Is your roof ready for game day? At Ranger Roofing and Exteriors, they know the best offense is a strong defense, starting with your roof. From repairs to full replacements, siding to gutters. They've got your home covered, literally. That's Ranger Roofing and Exteriors. They are locally owned by Jordan Beck. His team plays hard, and works until the job is done right. That's Ranger Roofing. To contact Ranger Roofing and Exteriors, you can go to rangerroofingexteriors.com or call them at 317 361 7858. Ranger Roofing and Exterior. We'll also mention today's ball game is in part being brought to you by AGM Auto. That's AGM Auto. They're west of Arcadia. If you're looking for that good mechanic, look no further. They can be that good mechanic you're looking for. They do everything under the hood, along with your new tires and now AGM Auto. They have no worries, same friendly faces, and same quality work. They also now they restore cars and trucks, classic cars and trucks. You can check them out on Facebook at AGM Auto LLC. They're just 1 mile west of Arcadia. That's AGM Auto. And then we'll also mention today's ball game being brought to you in part by Lisa Stokes Bear. Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21. Lisa specializes in residential and corporate relocations. Let Lisa look or let Lisa live. She knows that each home is precious. That's Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21. Cheap company. She's highly recommended. She's a real estate agent. She's a real estate broker. To contact Lisa Stokes Bear by phone or by text message, you can reach her at 317 513 4086. Again, that number is 317 513 4086. 6:17 on the intermission clock, and we'll also mention this game is in part being brought to you by Noblesville Trophy. At Noblesville Trophies, you can shop them online at noblesvilletrophies.com or stop in, if only to browse around. 1740 South 10th Street, Noblesville, Indiana. They've got trophies, awards, plaques, and more. Fast turnaround, prices are low. They're so low you may want to be a repeat customer. It's Noblesville Trophy, 1740 South 10th Street, Noblesville, Indiana, 46060. They are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can reach them by dialing 317 773 7391. Again, that number is 317 773 7391. That's NoblesvilleTrophies.com. Well, we did mention the other, I think it was Thursday, we mentioned Class 3A poll. This is the November 17th edition for Class 3A. Class 3A poll at number 1, Silver Creek Lady Dragons. At number 2, it's Greensburg, the Lady Pirates. Number 3, it's Indianapolis Roncalli. They are the Lady Royal. At number 4, it's Evansville Central, the Lady Bears. At number 5, it's Washington, the Lady Hatchets. At number 6, it's Belmont, the Lady Braves. At number 7, it's Jennings County. Jennings County, they are the Lady Panthers. Number 8 is Charlestown. Charlestown, they are the Lady Pirates. At number 9, it's Columbia City, the Lady Eagles. At number 10, it's Indianapolis Chittard, the Lady Trojans. At number 11, it's Delta, the Lady Eagles. At number 12, it's Madison, the Lady Cubs. At number 13, Northview, the Lady Knights. And 3-team side at number 14, they are Princeton, Connorsville, and the Indianapolis Cathedral Fighting Irish. The clock rolling down, 3:55. During intermission, the Lady Huskies have made their way out to the surface. They're getting some warm-up shots. Danville Lady Warriors still in the locker room. Plenty of time, 3:43 left. We'll also mention tonight's ball game is in parts, being brought to you by FritzandFishers.com. Since 1983, they've been in business 43 years. Same location. They got another location out on State Road 32. And we'll mention they have great cars, great prices, great customers. You can reach them at their dealership in Fishers, Indiana by dialing 317-842-2228. As mentioned, they have two Hamilton County locations. Fritz in Fishers at 8599 East, 116th Street, Fishers, Indiana, 46038. Their second location is Fritz in Noblesville. It's 2400 Westfield Road. That's right there between Westfield and Noblesville on State Road 32. That's a Noblesville address, and that's 46062. You can explore their quality used car inventory. You can visit them online or you can visit them on site. That's fritzinfishers.com. That's FRITZ. Also bringing you tonight's ball game. I should say this afternoon. Used to late night ball games, but we'll mention discount copy. Discount copy, conveniently located at the west edge of Noblesville. We'll mention conveniently located, and they are just behind Pizza Hut and next to Bowl 32. That's along State Road 32. At Discount Copies, they provide setup services where you can turn your artwork into things such as note cards, notepads, prints, and calendars. And it's never too early to think about personalized Christmas cards just around the corner. Posters and oversized printing are also available. And also, if you're planning a wedding, they can print all of your necessary needs. You can reach Discount Copies by phone at 317-773-8783. Again, that's 317-773-8783. Or by Gmail, it's discountcopies96@gmail.com. So clock rolling down, just above a minute, 1:05 left. Danville Lady Warriors taking some warm-up shots there on the surface. Gonna switch ends of the court, and then they'll work from there. And we'll also mention today's ball game being brought to you by Jim Dandy. Jim Dandy Restaurant. If you're in Tipton, they're at 203 West Jefferson Street. You can dine in or carry out. 765-675-6199. American Comfort Food, breakfast all day. Their menu is large. And they began their business at Jim Dandy in 1964. They have good food, good friends, and good times. And they are back in Central Indiana basketball. That's Jim Dandy's restaurant in Tipton. So they'll bring the ball in. Alternate possession arrow. And the Danville Lady Warriors going to bring the ball in. It's going to be tossed in midcourt by 23, Allie Gunter. So Hamilton Heights going to relax any pressure, and they're going to toss it in. Allie Gunter. Toss it in, backcourt slightly. Millie Weddington. Millie Weddington, 5'6" sophomore. She's the ball handler. Working out top, working in a paint. They go outside the arc, moving the basketball around. That's 22, Ellie Waite. Now back out top on the dribble. Allie Gunter. They go behind the arc, left-handed, three-point shot, just rims out. Shot taken there by 4. Millie Weddington. Rebound, Lady Huskies. Rebound there by Hamilton Heights. In across the timeline with the basketball. That's number 10, way out top. Bailey Isold. We're in the front court. Out top now is Zoe Curry. Ball's loose. Picked up. Three-point shot straight away. Rimmed around, wouldn't go. Shot taken by Addison Bloom. Rebound, Lady Warriors to the front court. She'll pass off. They'll go off the glass. Shot would go. Rebound. Put back is good. That original shot taken by number 4, Millie Weddington. The rebound put back good by Allie Hunter. Let me take it back. Allie Gunter with the putback. Hamilton Heights in the front court. Just under 7 minutes left here in the third quarter. 34-29. Lady Huskies by 5. Out top of the basketball on the dribble. To work at right side, well behind the arc. Reese Blanton on the dribble. To go to the corner with it, Zoe Curry straddling the three-point line. She couldn't get the bucket. Rebound, Lady Huskies. Credit that board to ISIL. Straightaway stop, three-point shot, good. Three-point shot by Addison Bloom. Credit the assist to ISIL. Ball's in the front court. They're going to pass it. Skip pass to work it to Gunter. Allie Gunter moves it left side behind the arc. Three-point shot, rims out short, wouldn't go. Going to carry him hard. Going to go out of bounds. That three-point shot taken by 22, Ellie Waite. Hamilton Heights going to bring the ball in from the backcourt. It's going to be from the side court, deep in the backcourt. Ball brought in. Bailey Isel on the dribble. 6:15 on the game clock. Going to work it right side on the dribble and pick up a screen from Zoe Curry and a double screen there from Suarez. She'll dribble in. She'll find a path to the bucket. Left-handed layup for Bailey Isel. 6 minutes left. They're in the third quarter. Going to dribble to the front court. Baseline jumper nearly went. Shot taken there by Danville Lady Warrior. Wouldn't go. That shot taken by Abel Walls. Back the other direction. Outside the arc. Three-point shot wouldn't go for Suarez. Rebound, Bailey Isel. Kicks it back out to Zoe Curry. And it's going to be a jump ball on the rebound. And it's going to be a jump ball, alternate possession error. That was Reese Blanton. Tied up with Jillian Conrad. And right there also was Millie Weathington. Ball can be brought in. Alternate possession arrow, Hamilton Heights. Left of the bucket on the baseline. Reese Blanton looking to get it in. They're going to call a 5-second call. But I will mention Reese Blanton had the wherewithal to try to knock it off the player in front of her to get the ball out of bounds. So the ball's going to belong to the Lady Warriors. She'll cross the timeline on the dribble. That's 23, Allie Gunter. We're going to toss it in. 2-point shot off the glass. That's about a 14-footer in the paint. That was Jillian Conrad. Back the other direction. Lady Huskies, 3-point shot, good. Right elbow extended, Addison Bloom for 3. Addison Bloom entered the ball game with a 30% three-point average. So working down low. Off the glass, good. Good feed there from Conrad. Finds 15, Abel Wall. Abel Wall's also, she's a 5'10 senior. Out top of the basketball on the dribble, Zoe Curry. Outside the arc, moving the basketball. This is Reese Blanton. She'll bounce it in the paint. Ball's going to go out of bounds. Going to stay off the leg of Riley Suarez. And Danville Lady Warriors are going to check back in the ball game with number 2, Abby Krebiston, taking a well-deserved break. It's 23, Allie Gunter. Going to dribble it through the timeline, Lady Warriors. Work it right side. They're working in the free throw line. They'll bounce it outside the arc. They'll bounce it inside, just inside the paint. Turnaround jumper is good. Credit the bucket. 15, Ava Walls, the senior, for 2. 42-33. Lady Huskies by 9. Ball's outside the arc. 3-point shot in the air. Rimmed around. Shot wouldn't go. Addison Bloom, and nearly wins. Rebound out of there for Danville Lady Warriors. They're going to dribble in. Warriors in the paint. They'll go off the glass. It'll fall in. It's good. 2-point shot for number 2, Abby Krebiston. Abby Krebiston. That chips in right there, just above her average. No baseline to drive the hoop there. 2-point shot wouldn't go. Shot taken there by Bailey Isel. Back behind the arc, Danville Lady Warriors in the front court. They'll bounce it behind the arc. 3-point shot. Jillian Conrad. Shot off the mark. Trying to board the basketball. That was a 3 opportunity. Trying to board the basketball there was 15, Ava Walls. And she'll tap it out of bounds. Hamilton Heights going to bring it in opposite the scores bench, deep in the front court. 3:46 on the game clock. They'll work it left side. Work back out top. Reese Blanton, Hamilton Heights being guarded there by Abby Krebiston. They'll work it out top once again. Addison Bloom behind the arc, move around the perimeter to get it back inside. It'll be a 2-point shot. Good. In the paint. Credit the bucket, Hamilton Heights. Addison Bloom, she'll shoot 1. So foul occurs on the shots. You got the bucket. They're going to whistle this foul on Danville Lady Warrior, number 2. That is Abby Krebiston. She has 1 foul in the ball game. 3-point play opportunity, good for Addison Bloom. 3.5 minutes left here in the third quarter. They're walking to the timeline, picks up the dribble behind in the backcourt. They move the ball back around. They'll go baseline, try to go off the glass. Shot wouldn't go. Shot taken by Danville Lady Warrior, Ava Walls. Crossing the timeline on the dribble. Addison Bloom. Now back out top. Bailey Isel. Isel going to work it back out top. That's Suarez. Suarez picked up the dribble inside the arc straight away. They'll get it back to Bailey. Bailey Isel. She'll bounce pass it in. Shot just off the mark. Suarez couldn't get the bucket on the hook shot there in the paint. Rebound, Lady Warriors. So there'll be a traveling violation in the front court. Might have just been behind getting the ball on the floor to take that step. That was number 4, Millie Wethington. 2:51 on the game clock. Ball brought in slightly in the backcourt. Crossing the timeline is Bailey Isel. Isel going to pick up a double screen again. Not going to have the opening she had last time. She'll back pedal dribble now. We're going to back behind the arc on the dribble. Reese Blanton in the paint. She'll take a shot. Got deflected. Couldn't get the bucket shot away. Couldn't get to the hoop. Nice deflection there. They're working in the front court. They're working down low. Just outside the paint. 2-point shot. Lady Warrior. Credit that bucket. 24, Casey Hummel. Casey Hummel in the ballgame. 5'11 junior. She has 2. Casey Hummel picks up her first 2 points on the season. 2:10 left. According to Max Preps, very reliable source. We're going to back out top. But we're going to out top Zoe Curry. Bounce pass in the paint. Looking for a shot. She'll reach in. Had to go underneath. She was behind that 4-foot area, behind the basket, and had to reach in. Couldn't get the bucket. Rebound, Danville. Danville outside the arc. 3-point shot on the way. Rims off. Wouldn't go. Shot taken there by Ellie Waits in Hamilton Heights. Rebounds the basketball before it went out of bounds. Hamilton Heights to the front court. Bailey Isel. Isel going to try to kick it to the corner. Good hand. Deflection. Goes out of bounds. Good deflection there by Jillian Conrad. Lady Huskies going to check back in with Stella Taylor. She wears number 4. And also back in the game for Danville Lady Warriors is number 11, Olivia Turnery. Olivia Turnery, 5'3" freshman. They'll work it in to the freshman. Suarez. Ball's deflecting. Going to go off the finger. I should say off the toe right there. And ball goes out of bounds off of Bailey Isel. It was a difficult pass to handle. 1:26 left here in the third quarter. 45-37. Lady Huskies in front. We're going to do the timeline. Across the timeline with the pass. Moving it back around. Abby Creviston down low. They'll go off the glass. 2-point bucket. A nice assist right there by Casey Hummel. And a 2-point bucket for Ellie Waite to the front court with the basketball. And tip it around. Tip to the front court. Going off the glass. Right at the bucket. 2-point bucket. Danville Lady Warriors. Abby Creviston. It's a 45-41 contest with 56.8 left here in the third quarter. A 30-second timeout, and we'll mention this game is in part being brought to you by Edward Jones. Tipton. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and the encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. We'll mention Edward Jones, financial advisor. That's Courtney Hare, understands this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of basketball in Central Indiana. You can reach them by dialing 765-675-9535 or online at edwardjones.com. Ball brought in, backcourt. Going to trot to the front court. That's Bailey Isel crossing the timeline. She'll dribble it back right. She'll pick up the double screen again. And the opening wasn't there. Good defense right there by Ellie Waite. Out top, 3-point shot in the air. Rimmed off when he goes. Shot taken by Zoe Curry. Credit the rebound, Jillian Conrad. In the front court with the basketball on the dribble. Stationary. She'll go to the corner with it. That's number 11, Olivia Turnery. Baseline jumper would go. Rebound fought for. It's picked up by Zoe Curry. So they'll bring it to the front court. Bailey Isel on the dribble. She'll do a hesitation dribble to the corner. 3-point shot. Wouldn't go. Shot taken by Stella Taylor. And ball's loose. Will be picked up there in the backcourt. Now she'll cross the timeline. That's Danville Lady Warrior. She'll work it inside. That was Danville Lady Warrior. Abby Creviston. Hamilton Heights tips it away. They'll go to the front court. They'll go off the glass. Shot when he goes. Stella Taylor. And that's going to complete quarter number 3. 3 quarters gone by. 4 after 3 is Hamilton Heights Lady Huskies 45. Danville Lady Warriors 41. And I will also mention tonight's ball game is in parts being brought to you by Indiana Express Rentals. Indiana Express Rentals, when you find yourself looking for that dependable moving truck rental company, that high quality choice isn't far away. Indiana Express Rentals at the south edge of Noblesville, Indiana. They're located 1708 South 8th Street. They are open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And we'll mention that they have 26-foot box trucks available. And a truck with a Tommy lift can sure come in handy. You might just save a trip to the chiropractic. That's Indiana Express Rentals in Noblesville. And I didn't save a trip last night, but I got my trip saved after I left last night. Long story, short ending. So Hamilton Heights and Danville going to be brought in. I might mention that story. We'll mention. Going to be brought in alternate possession arrow at half court. Danville Lady Warriors brought in number 11, Olivia Turnery. She'll pass it back out top. 22, Ellie Waite picks up the dribble well behind the arc. She'll pass it inside and reach in. Going to get the steal is Bailey Eisel. She'll take it to the front court on the dribble. Back pedal dribble working against her. Out there is number 4, Millie Webbington. We're working back around. Tip it back out. 2-point shot outside the paint. Shot wouldn't go. Taking that shot was Riley Suarez. She'll shoot 2. And that foul's whistled on number 2, Danville Lady Warrior, Abby Creviston. 2 shots for Suarez. First shot is good. So Riley Suarez on the season entered the game at 79%. She's now 12 for 15. And she got the second one also. 47-41, 7:35 left here in the fourth quarter. Crossing the timeline on the dribble is 22, Ellie Waite. Trying to pass it out top of the circle. Trying to find teammate Abby Creviston, intercepted by Hamilton Heights. They'll work it down low. It's going to be a shot power layup and a foul occur. And it's going to be number 23 at the line again. It's going to be Riley Suarez. And back in the ballgame, we're going to see number 4, Millie Webbington. Taking a breather is number 11, Olivia Turnery. 3-point play opportunity is good for Suarez. 50-41. 7:20 on the game clock. Full court pressure, 3 gals, Hamilton Heights. Nearly got away with the travel. They throw the ball away, but Hamilton Heights, Suarez, going to get caught for steps as she goes in for a layup. So the ball's going to belong to the Lady Warriors. Going to be brought in from the backcourt. Number 33, Jillian Conrad. They'll work the ball back and forth with the chest pass. They'll pass to the front court, picked up there by 24, Casey Hummel. Outside the arc on the dribble. Lady Warrior outside the arc, 3-point shot, rims around, would go. Shot taken there by number 2, Abby Creviston. And there's going to be a shoe tie on the court, I should say. So they'll wait for her. Hamilton Heights got the board. And I'm called timeout. Hamilton Heights going to bring it in from the backcourt. Brought in by Bloom. Crossing the timeline is Hamilton Heights point guard Bailey Eisel. So crossover out top, looking for an opening. Pass it out top to Suarez. Now back to Zoe Curry around the perimeter. Bailey Eisel on the dribble. Out top, Addison Bloom takes a shot. 3-point shot wouldn't go. Left of center. 3-point shot wouldn't go. Rebound, Danville. To the front. Excuse me. To the front court, they're working out behind the arc. 3-point shot wouldn't go. Rebound, Danville. Ball's loose. And the ball's on the floor. They're going to call a jump ball tie-up. They're going to whistle this an alternate possession arrow. Going to give it to the Hamilton Heights Lady Huskies. They'll bring it in left of the bucket on the baseline. Tossed in by Addison Bloom. Crossing the timeline on the dribble is Bailey Isel. Now back out around. They'll move it in outside the arc. Addison Bloom, 3-point shot, rims out. Rebound, Stella Taylor. They'll work it into Bloom in the paint. Turnaround jumper. Rims off, wouldn't go. Rebound, Danville, Jillian Conrad. To the front court on the dribble. That's number 4, Millie Wethington. They move to the right side behind the arc. 5:45 left here in the fourth quarter. They move it outside the arc on the dribble. That's number 2, Abby Creviston. Moving it back out top. Stationary dribble. That's number 4, Millie Wethington. She tries to get in a teammate. Hummel, ball's loose. Going back the other direction. Off the glass. Credit the bucket. Number 44, Zoe Curry. To the front court. Skip pass outside the arc. On the dribble, we tipped away from the backside. Credit the tip. Bailey Isel in the hands of Curry. Now Suarez takes it down low on the bounce pass to Taylor. Bailey Isel with the basketball. Gets it back to Stella Taylor. She'll enter the paint. She'll go off the glass. 2-point shot good, and she'll shoot one. They're going to whistle this foul on Danville Lady Warrior. Number 4, Millie Wethington. She picks up her second in the ballgame. So at the free throw line, Stella Taylor. First shot off the mark. She got the 2-point bucket. We're under 5 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Working to the left side with the basketball. That's number 4, Millie Wethington. Got to go to the corner with it. They're going to pick it up. 2-point shot just off the mark. Picking that loose ball up. That was Ellie Waits. Outside the arc, 3-point shot good. Right elbow extended. Credit the bucket. Danville Lady Warrior. That's number 4, Millie Wethington. And she's working on that 3-point shot. Out top of the basketball. On the dribble. Going to bounce it. Outside the arc, Zoe Curry. Triple threat available. She'll go in the paint with a pass inside Suarez. And she'll go off the glass. 2-point bucket for Riley Suarez. It's 56-44. Lady Huskies in front. They're going to dribble. In the paint. Lost the handle. Picked up down low. Going to be a block shot. They're going to call foul. It was 15. Danville. Credit that opportunity to Ava Walls. He went up for the shot. It was blocked, but some body contact by Suarez. Going to put Ava Walls at the free throw line. Well, Ava Walls is going to have 2 shots. Ava Walls working on that free throw lane. First shot up, rims around, wouldn't go. Still have one more. She'll get some encouragement right there by Allie Gunter. That Allie Gunter, she plays to win. Second shot wouldn't go. She's got quite the personality. You can see it from here on the dribble. Outside the arc, back pedal dribble. Bailey Isel. Bailey Isel crossing over. She'll take about a 19-footer just in front of the 3-point line straight away and get the bucket. 58-44. Danville in the front court. They're working down low to Gunter. Outside the paint, shot wouldn't go. Shot taken there by 15. Ava Walls. Rebound. Hamilton Heights Suarez. And guarding full court right there was Allie Gunter. She's going to pick up a foul in the backcourt trying to guard Suarez. 58-44. 3:37 left here in the quarter. And that's going to be the 5th foul in the quarter against the Lady Warriors. So Hamilton Heights will shoot 2. 5 fouls in each quarter. I think they brought that in maybe 2 years ago and changed it up. I'm hearing conversation about it. I hope not. 3-point line. I don't know. I hope not. I should say not a 3-point line, but a shot clock. We don't want a shot clock, do we? Yeah. So second shot, she got the first one, Suarez. Second shot is also good. So 2 points at the foul line for Suarez. 60-44. They're going to bring it in, crossing the timeline. 15. And they're working into Gunter. Gunter going to pass it down low. Baseline jumper. Credit the shot. 22 Ellie Waite. and had a conversation with Keith Baxter. Keith Baxter knows his stuff. He's hoping not to. We'll find out about that shot clock, but we'll see. Going to be brought in the front court, brought in by Stella Taylor. She's working in the corner there, and Addison Bloom going to work it down low into paint. 2-point shot, good. By 23 is Riley Suarez. Ball's in the front court. On the dribble baseline, she tried to go off the glass. Shot wouldn't go for Allie Gunter. Rebound, Hamilton Heights. Suarez, she'll hand off to point guard Bailey Eisel. Eisel on the dribble. Out top, moving the basketball. She'll go behind the arc. 3-point shot in the air, rims off, wouldn't go. Shot taken by Addison Bloom. Rebound for the Lady Warriors. That rebound, number 15, Abel Walls, and she's fouled after boarding the basketball. So they're going to whistle this foul on Hamilton Heights. It's going to be whistled on Stella Taylor. She'll pick up her first. 62-46. Hamilton Heights in front. 2:40 left here in the fourth quarter. On the dribble, drop pace, crossing the timeline. Out top of the basketball, Allie Gunter. She'll work it back to Abby Crevice. Take that back. Number 4, Millie Weddington. They'll work it out top of the circle. Move it back around. Left side. Going to dribble in. Bounce pass in the paint. 2-point shot. Wouldn't go. Shot taken there by Jillian Conrad. And a rebound, Hamilton Heights. Going to bring it to the timeline. On the dribble is number 10. Crossing over right there is Bailey Eisel. Back out behind the arc is Curry. They'll work it out top with the basketball. That's number 3. That's Addison Bloom out top. 2 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Out top, back pedal dribble is Bailey Eisel being guarded there closely by 22. Credit that defense to Ellie Waite. Out top, 1:49 on the game clock. Going to dribble baseline. Cross-court pass, baseline. The baseline of the bounce pass picked up by Bloom to get it back to Bailey Eisel. Eisel's going to dribble in and try to get the shot outside the paint on the baseline, and she'll go to the foul stripe. She'll shoot 2. So Hamilton Heights at the foul stripe. Bailey Eisel will have 2. Her shot good. 63-46. Lady Huskies in front. They'll have one more. Second shot on the way. Rims now. 1:39 on the game clock. We're in the fourth quarter. Got the first of 2. They'll go to the front court on the rebound by Danville. They'll go left side behind the arc. On the dribble, Allie Gunter. She'll go hard to the hoop. Lost the handle. It's going to be tipped out of bounds. Might have been looking for a foul, but she wasn't complaining. So the ball's going to be brought in left of the bucket. Going to be brought in, Lady Warrior, number 4, Millie Weddington. Weddington gets to the corner. Conrad, 3-point shot wouldn't go. That was Jillian Conrad. Rebound, Zoe Curry. She'll talk to the front court. Finally corralled by number 3, Addison Bloom. 1:17 on the game clock. Bailey Eisel out top, being guarded closely once again by Ellie Waite. Still working inside the paint. Shot wouldn't go. First shot wouldn't go for Riley Suarez. She got her own board, went back up, and she'll shoot 2. The foul's going to be whistled on Danville Lady Warrior. Going to whistle this one on 23, Allie Gunter. She has 2 in the ballgame. Her shot good. Riley Suarez. 64-46. That's a polynomial. But she'll get one more. Suarez, 1:07 left. Second shot. Also good. 65-46. To the front court on the dribble. Weddington. They're working behind the arc. Tipped away on the anticipated pass. Back the other end with the basketball is Stella Taylor. They're working in behind the arc. And Bailey Eisel going to bring the ball back out. And she's going to be guarded closely by Gunter. Allie Gunter. Allie Gunter going to stop play, stop the clock with her 3rd foul in the ballgame. Bailey Eisel, free throw line. We're going to see a wholesale substitution, Hamilton Heights. Hamilton Heights will check in the ballgame. The Lady Huskies going to take a breather. except for Bailey Isel. She'll wait if she makes this one. She did not make it. She'll stay on the floor. Rebound, Lady Husky is Allie Hillfiker. And a rebound going back the other direction is Gunter. Gunter going to get fouled in the act right there. The foul's going to be whistled on Hamilton Heights. And Lady Husky's going to check in once again. And taking a breather is Bailey Isel. Ball's going to be brought in, right the bucket on the baseline by Webbington. That's number 4, Millie Webbington to the corner. 3-point shot, good. Craig the bucket, Danville Warrior, number 33, Jillian Conrad. 3-point shot. Clock rolling down, 30 seconds left here in the fourth quarter on the dribble. Gunter playing tight defense. Nearly got the steal, and she will. She'll steal it slightly in the front court, going back the other direction. Allie Gunter goes off the glass right side, and she'll absorb a foul, and she'll shoot she'll shoot 2. They'll bring the ball in after 4 minutes. 2 shots for Gunter. Gets the first one. She'll get one more. Excuse me. Allie Gunter will get one more. Didn't get the second one, got the first one. Rebound, Conrad. Turnaround jumper as Conrad fed outside the paint. A cutting Allie Gunter. She'll shoot one more. 56-52. Lady Huskies in front. 16.5 seconds left. Gunter. Free throw line. Gets the bucket. He got a 3-point play. They'll go ride the bucket on the baseline. Hamilton Heights is going to bring it in. It'll be stolen in the front court. Gunter passed it to the baseline. 2-point shot, good. And Jillian Conrad for 2. The Lady Huskies trying to bring the ball to the front court on the dribble. It'll be a double team in the corner. Hamilton Heights playing defense right there, working the ball. Ball goes out of bounds. 1 second left. 1 second left here in the fourth quarter. Going to be brought in, tossed in, crossing the timeline, and that's going to complete today's ball game. Final score today in the ball game: Hamilton Heights 66 and Danville 55. So Hamilton Heights Lady Huskies, Danville Lady Warriors. Yes, ball game here today, and we do thank you for tuning in. And I will mention next games on the agenda for each team. Danville Lady Warriors will be home on Tuesday evening, the 25th, a 6 and a 7:30 varsity. Danville Lady Warriors, a conference game versus the Harrison Lady Raiders. I take that back. I said Danville at home. No, Danville will be on the road. They'll be at West Lafayette doing battle with the Harrison Lady Raiders. And the Hamilton Heights Lady Huskies will play again their next game next Saturday. Next Saturday, the 29th of November. That's 1 o'clock in a 2:30 varsity. That's projected. Huntington North Lady Vikings will be at Hamilton Heights in battle with the Hamilton Heights Lady Huskies. And we do thank you for tuning in, and we'll mention my wife likes me playing this.